Hello and welcome to the Marketing 101 for Small Business Owners podcast. If this is your first time here and you enjoy learning the ins and outs of marketing, then you're in the right place. I'm your host, Philippa Channer, and on this podcast, I deliver weekly content focused on educating small business owners on what they need to know to operate a successful marketing campaign each week. All right, before I get into today's message, I wanted to say happy holidays and Merry Christmas to all. We're all just days away from December 25th, and I hope everyone that is traveling for the holidays is safe and has a wonderful holiday season. Now, this season, I've been presenting marketing content. Now, on this podcast, I present marketing content in short mini series each month, and we have discussed setting marketing goals for the month of December. So during the first week, we discussed how to set goals. Then the second week, we looked at how to turn your business goals into marketing goals so your marketing strategies are focused and directed. Today, we're going to be digging deeper into goal setting and discussing when is the right time to sit down and start writing out your New Year's business goals. One of the most essential things for any company is to set goals. Without goals, it's difficult to reach the desired result. Setting marketing goals is an essential part of an organization's marketing strategy. They are the target business owners must achieve to ensure that their marketing campaigns are successful. I think we've established very clearly that setting goals is essential. But the question now is, when should we start? Should we wait until January 1st? Or is it better to start the process earlier, like in November or December, so that you're ready to go when January 1st hits? Now, many experts encourage folks to start early to hit so that they can hit the ground running when the new year begins. And I completely agree that being prepared is key for getting the momentum going. But honestly, the date, January 1st, it's really arbitrary. Starting your new goals on March 1st instead of January 1st doesn't make them any less impactful or essential. The actual start date isn't what's specific. What's important is that you make a commitment, stick with it, and track your progress throughout the year. For many companies, their fiscal year doesn't line up with the calendar year. So don't get stuck on trying to meet the January 1st deadline if that date doesn't hold any significance for the structure of your business. I think the idea behind the suggestion that people start planning in October or November for their New Year goals is that you need to give yourself time to prepare and plan. So if you plan to kick off your next round of business goals in March, then you should begin to map out and plan what your new goals should be starting in January. You start that process of thinking ahead, right? All right, so now the question you have to ask yourself is, are you prepared for the next set of goals? Other than just the fact that it's been 12 months since your last goal planning session, you really need to ensure that you and your business have fully completed the previously set goals. You don't want to jump into the next project if the first round of campaign hasn't actually closed out yet. So a good time for setting marketing goals is when you've completed your annual marketing review and clearly understand what worked and didn't work that year. At this point, it will be easier to set specific marketing goals for the next year. The timing of this process is different for every organization. If you have existing marketing goals you're still waiting to complete, you need to see those through before starting the next set of goals. You must also plan your marketing goals to coincide with when your business goals are reevaluated and established, your overall company goals, not just marketing, but what are you trying to accomplish as a business? If those have been met, but you're still working on some marketing things, maybe it's time to wrap up those marketing projects and move on to the next set of things. So you really want to look at where the company is as a whole. What have you been able to already complete and accomplish? And what is the business now moving on to? Now, the last thing I want to mention regarding selecting the right time to set your New Year's goals for your marketing strategies is how to set the mood for getting goal settings, for a goal setting session. Setting goals, it's an exciting and excellent step for businesses that want to make their company more profitable. Because of how vital these goals can be for the future of your business, you don't want to be under duress or stress when you're thinking about these goals. You want to set the stage for a peaceful and focused planning time. So select a quiet location to focus on setting your goals without distraction. If it's just you on your team, you're a solopreneur, this may be easier. However, if you have a team working around you that is also essential and participating in the planning process, you may take a full day, like a full day office retreat to do your planning. Somewhere offsite, quiet, where you aren't distracted by the everyday pressures seeking your attention, and plan as much as possible ahead. So consider, pre-purchasing, stuff like water, coffee, snacks, or any meals, so you don't have to stop and think about, planning all that. Once you're started the planning session, you don't want to break the momentum and of the planning and the inspiration. All right. So setting goals is a difficult can be a difficult task for many people. It's hard to know where to start and how to prioritize what needs to be done. So know, you might know how you want your life to look in the future, but it can be difficult to figure out what steps you need to take to get there. So have an agenda outlining the SMART goal elements so you have something to focus on and keep you focused and on track with setting your goals. And set yourself a limit of coming up between 3 to 5 goals for you to end your session with. You don't want to have too many, and you don't want to leave with just one, because that one may not pan out when you have the chance to look back and check your resources and personnel to reach that goal. So give yourself like 3 to 5 goals, and then that can either be narrowed down so you can have a better path to focus on once you kickstart this and you actually start effectively moving into your goals. Okay, over the past 7 minutes, I've given you a lot to consider. Firstly, don't get bogged down if you are behind the curve on having your goals ready to go by January 1st. The important thing is that you get started and have a launch date in mind. Make sure that you're ready to jump into the next round of goals. If you haven't seen a real conclusion of the last set of goals you set for yourself, see them out or give yourself a definite deadline to move on. And when the time comes to start your planning, set the stage for a peaceful time to focus and be as distraction free as possible. Now, if you're enjoying the content you get here on the Marketing 101 for Small Business Owners podcast, I encourage you to subscribe to the show wherever you're listening and be sure to leave a review. It helps us to spread the word about what we're sharing and really help other business owners achieve their goals. And if you need any marketing help with your business, you're invited to schedule a free consultation session with me to go over any marketing challenges you may be facing. Next week, I hope you can come back as we wrap up this series with a message on ways you can stay focused on your marketing goals all year round. Just like our personal New Year's resolutions, it's easy to set them and forget them. And in no time, we aren't making any progress towards our goals. So don't let that be you for your business in 2023. Let's learn together how we can stay the course and keep our eye on the prize all year round. You guys have a great week. I'll see you then.